Hello, my name is Coach Haas, and this is all about Madeira High girls volleyball. Thanks so much for taking a look, seeing what we have to offer. This is our poster from the 2019 season, so technically our last season since we haven't played yet for the 2020 season. But as you can see, our team is pretty small. I have a couple highlight videos for you. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear them, but we'll go through them. Here's a second video. So again, my name is Coach Haas. I am actually originally from Southern California, so I did not go to high school here in the area. I started playing volleyball when I was 11, and I've basically been playing ever since. I am currently a physical education teacher here at the school. I teach ninth graders, and I do have a 6-period volleyball class, so if you're daughters are interested in playing, or if the girls are interested in playing, being in that 6-period volleyball class is always a really good option. It makes sure that they don't miss class at the end of the day when we have to leave early for volleyball. So 6-period volleyball if you are interested. My volleyball career, so I was recruited out of high school to play at Louisiana Tech University. I went there and played libero for my first year. After that first year, I left Louisiana Tech and I went back home to Southern California, and I attended California State University San Bernardino, and I've played 3 years of volleyball for them, also as a libero. When I finished school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I actually joined the United States Air Force, and I served in the Air Force as a security forces member for 3 years. And I got to play volleyball as well in the Air Force, got to play different Air Force teams, and we also got to play on an international level. This is my 6th year at Madeira High as a teacher and as the girls volleyball coach. So this was our staff for this past season that we have not played yet, but varsity assistant, he's been here for about 5 of the 6 years with me. This is Coach Henry Montiel. He is a Madeira High alum. Varsity assistant, Lexi Carmona, that is right, she's right here. She is a Madeira High alum. She played here a couple years ago. She continued her volleyball career at College of Sequoias, and she is now back with us as an assistant in her first year. Our JV head coach is Pablo Rodriguez. He is right here. This, I believe, is his 2nd or 3rd year with us, but he's been a great addition. Our Frosh head coach is Lee Marie Perez. She is right here. So she is brand new to our program, but not brand new to the sport. We're really excited to have her out there. And then a former coach of ours, and we're hoping she comes back to us when things settle down a little bit, is Shamel String. She is right here. She's been our Frosh coach for the past 4 years. And then right here is Rigo Salazar. He's been with our program for 4 or 5 years, and he went to go get a full-time job, but we're hoping he comes back to us as well. But he is a Madeira alum. She's a Madeira alum. He's a Madeira alum, and Shamel is a Madeira alum. So we're bringing all the Coyotes back. This is how you can kind of keep up with us. We do have a Twitter account. We have an Instagram. This is my email down here. You can also find it obviously in Gmail just by typing in my first and last name. And then this is the big one. So our remind, I created a remind for your class. So, and for the 2021 season. This is the code. If you guys are familiar with remind, that's the message you're going to send. But that is the best, easiest way that you're going to get the most accurate, up-to-date information about this next season. So you'll get information about summer workouts, possibly spring workouts, and definitely information about tryouts and the fall. So this is our program philosophy. Now, this is a quote by Jody Redman of the Inside Out Initiative. And that initiative is basically trying to move communities, schools, and individuals away from this win-at-all-cost mentality. So she said, and something that we have adopted, is our goal is to win, but that is not our purpose. Our purpose is education. It is human growth and development of the inner lives of our kids. And that could not be more true for me as the head of the program. And it's something that I try to instill in the coaches as well that serve within our program. Of course, we want to win. Everybody wants to win, but ultimately that is not our purpose. So we really do care about your girls and about their education and their development as people and as human beings. And if we win, great. And if we don't, so be it. These are our core values. So sportsmanship, we really do teach the girls to be respectful of their opponents, of referees, of other coaches. We want to see that those relationships build in proper ways. We thrive and stress discipline, so we want them to be early to practices. We want them to do what they're supposed to do when they're asked to do it. If we're doing a workout, we want them to do the full workout and not cheat themselves. All of those little things that are going to help them later on in life. Teamwork is a big one. I want them to care more about the girl next to them than themselves. You know, volleyball is, in my opinion, an ultimate team sport. We need every individual out there, and I hope that comes across in what we do in our program. Responsibility, of course, making sure that you're taking care of yourself and others. Cooperation, working with other people even maybe when you don't like them. And perseverance, you know, never giving up and always striving to be better than you were the day before. Your girls will be student athletes if they participate in our program, and the student part really does come first in our eyes. They will always, always be students first. We have a strict no F policy to compete or to travel, so if your daughter carries an F at any point during the season, they are not allowed to travel with the team or compete in a match. So we do hold our kids to high standards. We have high expectations of them as people in the classroom, in the gym, and off the court. So additionally, their health is always considered. We want to do what's best for them. We don't want to make things worse, and we want to make sure that they know that about us, that we care about them as students and as people before athletes. So our off season looks a little bit different than other programs might. We highly, highly encourage multiple sport athletes. It's just going to make your daughter better all the way around, both as an athlete but as a person as well. It's where they learn to compete in a million different ways. We do have some girls that play club sports, club volleyball, club soccer, and I have nothing against that, but we do encourage them to not play one single sport the entire year. So to mix in those other interests and activities. We do, in terms of our off season, we have a 6-period volleyball class, and that runs all year round. So we do condition for the most part 3 days a week during that 6-period volleyball class. When we are in season, we condition less during that time because we either have a game or the girls have practice after school. So 6th period looks a little bit different when we're actually in season, but during that off season time, we do use that period to condition and lift and work out. Now, summer is our big off-season time. In June, we usually run workouts at the end. For the month of July, we're usually out working out the entire month. It is optional, it's not mandatory, it does not affect tryouts. However, as you know, the more we see your kids, the more we know them, the more of a relationship we have with them, and the more we can work with them. So it inadvertently affects their involvement in our program, but it's not mandatory. And I do believe in traveling and family time, and I want you guys to take those vacations. So there's no repercussions for not being at every summer workout, but it is there for them if they want to participate. And then our tryouts are usually at the end of July, beginning of August, depending on our season of sport dates. It's usually just a 2-day process. Most of the girls we've seen before, so this is for the most part for the freshmen that are coming in so that we can see who they are and what they're made of and where they're at skill-wise. Everyone is welcome to try out, whether you've played before or not. You do, however, have to have that athletic physical completed, as well as your family ID. All of that information can be found on the Madera High Athletic website. In terms of fundraising, we don't do a lot of individual fundraisers, the chocolate selling, the photo books, the coupons. I don't partake in a lot of that, but I have had girls ask if they can do individual fundraising, and we have obliged that, so it's not totally out of the question. It's just not something that we volunteer from ourselves from a coaching perspective. But our big fundraiser is the Madera Classic, so that's a 2-day varsity tournament and a 1-day JV frosh tournament. We host it with Madera South, and we usually, between the 3 days and the 3 separate tournaments, we make close to $6,000 per program. So that's kind of where all of our fundraising comes in, and we will need parent help during that time. So that is where we make most of our money. We also do have a lot of fun. I think the girls, this is a picture, we have a lock-in, so we spend the night in the gym and we play games, and as you can see, they bring their own snacks and drinks, and we have a good time. This is a scavenger hunt that we put together, and the girls had to take pictures at all their different sites. So we do have a good time. The girls plan their own team bonding events. They do tend to spend a lot of time together outside of volleyball, which is great. But really, that is what high school sports is about, is having fun and building relationships, so we do try to foster that. It's also really important to me that the girls get out and support other teams, because I think that's part of building school culture, and that is what our school is trying to do at this time, so we try to be a part of that. And athletes are a big part of any campus, and so we're trying to set the stage and set the standard. So this is our program at a baseball game, and this is our program at a softball game, and we do try to go to one athletic event as a group per sport. This is our team last year, as I said, very small. This was varsity, 9 girls, so we played things a little differently, but we had a lot of fun. I do believe that we are stronger together, so we do keep that at the forefront of our minds as we are training and competing. And as I mentioned earlier, winning is not everything, but some people love it more than others. So last year, for the 2019 season, we did go 9-1 in the CMAC. So we did win a league championship, and that means that we were back-to-back-to-back champs. So we've won the last 3 years in a row, which is great, but again, not the purpose of what we're doing. Our summer schedule is set. We are just waiting on approval, but to give you an idea, it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings from about 7 to 10 a.m. through the entire month of June and July. If you have questions or comments, you can send them through that remind, or you can email me, and here's that information again. I'll leave it up here for just a minute. But thanks again for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys all out on the court next year.